The software as a service based approach in data protection is a lot of times comes to the rescue, right? We see folks citing amongst reasons to go with a SaaS based approach. Obviously, the lower cost of operation, labor costs typically are 90% or even higher in terms of proportion for any kind of operational costs, but you can cut out your hardware costs, data center costs, heating, cooling, and many other types of costs, upgrades for hardware. Obviously, in software as a service, the biggest benefit that we see here are policy templates. So really, you can get compliance-specific templates. You can get a look at, like I said, PCI DSS, HIPAA, FERC, GLBA, and then GDPR, other kinds of compliance mandates already pre-coded as templates, policy templates in the solution. So again, that saves work. And even more importantly, the fix one, fix all network effect is one of the biggest kind of benefits of any kind of a software as a service based data protection solution. So what this means, right, is that if there has been some activity or data movement or any kind of suspicious activity that may be part of a data breach, data exfiltration, or can it be purposeful or just really by accident, the way you can fix this is that the vendor for a SaaS-based data protection solution will be able to plug this hole relatively quickly, come up with policies, come up with detection methods to identify and stop that suspicious activity. In addition to this, right, all the other customers, clients of the vendor will also benefit from this discovery. So without having to actually do anything, right? So the policy will be implemented and rolled out to every single customer of the software as a service data protection vendor. And really, you don't have to do anything. The vendor, in essence, will provide updated protection against the latest and greatest threats it sees within its customer base and very often outside of this customer base by looking at, periodically looking at threat feeds and updating policies based on information on these threat feeds. Obviously, creating risk scores using statistical models and machine learning and rules, tuning these things and these detection mechanisms is not very easy in-house, obviously. And then prioritizing risk activities across multiple channels. Again, we thought about this. So we are able to minimize user friction by using these very elaborate statistical risk scoring models, by saying and de-escalating any kind of risk for an access to data or workloads from a static desktop, right, in our workplace, in a secured building at 9:28 on a Tuesday from a known device, right, or a known network. But if you see someone looking at the same data or trying to look at the same data from a rogue device, brand new iPad, from a rogue country, 1:32 a.m. on a Sunday morning, then you may have to put the user through a lot more scrutiny in terms of step-up authentication, two-factor authentication, biometrics, device registration, etc. And obviously, the reverse is also true. So these types of approaches that software as a service-based data protection tools provide to protect data from bad guys can also be reversed and be applied in a whitelist type of fashion. What this means is that if your device is in the whitelist, or if your user behavior has been such that you present no challenge or no risk to the data, you can be fast-tracked, right, to gain access and maintain access to those data elements. Right, so that is also something we see a lot of organizations, again, fast-tracking and minimizing the friction here